Cassaundra is a Lyft driver who was held hostage at gunpoint on Christmas Day. The terrifying ride lasted for an hour before the gunman jumped out of the car and thankfully left her unharmed. The suspect is still at large. However, Cassaundra believes that her friend Ty set her up.
Cassaundra and I have been friends for about 5-6 years. She's accused me of setting her up on Christmas Day and having her robbed and kidnapped for some hours. Like, I'm upset, I'm bothered, I'm disturbed, I'm like bewildered just that she would even use my name or say that I did such a thing. Recently we had a falling out. It wasn't any real issues. I just was letting her know about certain characters that she keeps around that brings a certain energy and a certain element to her life. She was involved with a guy who was a pimp. Yeah, and I was just like, you don't need him to have him around. Like, you're a young woman, you have 2 young girls. She was upset, she was very upset. She felt really judged. She felt really judged by just the things I was saying. And it just led to us getting into an argument and her really hanging up on me. I mean, I was judging her because I was just letting her know, like, these are the type of decisions that lead to more bad decisions or lead to more negative things that she constantly tells me that she doesn't want a part of her life. It's been about 3 to 4 months since we really spoke and communicated. So to find out that she was in the news and then robbed and all these things happened to her was just like très bizarre. Like, I had no idea that this was going on or this was the situation in her life. She thinks because I didn't reach out to her that I had something to do with it. I would never do such thing. I would never set someone up to be held hostage or kidnapped. I would have to be a mastermind to set up such a thing. Like, she drives Lyft. I would have to know when she turned on her Lyft account, where the person was, and have them turn on their Lyft account and request her at the same time just because they're in the same vicinity, and then have that person, you know, carry out this whole assault. It sounded like something out of a movie. Like, you know, it's not every day you hear someone's kidnapped and held at gunpoint. It's not every day you're accused either. I came here to explain my half and let her know I had absolutely nothing to do with this situation, with her being robbed, and just to clear my name and to, you know, rekindle our friendship so we can grow forward and continue to be in each other's lives.
On Christmas Day, I didn't get a chance to spend time with my family like most people did, opening gifts and being merry. I had to go and work, driving for Lyft so I can provide for my kids. I picked up a young man from the south side of Atlanta. When I got there, he got in the car. Minutes later, the ride was canceled. I asked him immediately. I said, "Did you cancel the ride?" He said, "No, I didn't cancel the ride." So then I asked him, "Well, who did? Who got you the ride?" And he told me it was his girlfriend's mom. I said, "Well, did you call her?" He said, "Yeah," but I could hear his music still playing in his headphones from when the time he got into the car. So I'm like, "Oh, you're not about to rob me in the middle of nowhere." So I'm like, let me look for a McDonald's, let me look for a Burger King, what's popping right now? So I drive to McDonald's, and I'm like, okay, something ain't right. So I'm not about to ask him to get out my car without having somebody on the phone who knows where I'm at. So I call Lyft. Lyft tells me to take him to his destination using my GPS, and they would compensate me later. So that's what I did. I drove him where he needed to go. But before that part happened, and he jumped out my car and it was still moving, I looked back at him and he had a gun pointed at me. And I could see down the barrel of the gun, and everything just came flooding in on me. I have 2 kids that I had to make it back home to. 2 children who, on Christmas Day, who were supposed to be receiving gifts and they're supposed to have everything, they would be without a mom. I'm crying, I'm like shaking up. I called Lyft. Number one, I wanted to find out about my money, and I also knew that I'm working for them, so in order to file a police report, I still have to go through them. So I called them, I tell them what happened, I let them know, you guys told me to take this person where they needed to go, I need my money, and on top of that, I had a gun pointed at my head. What are y'all gonna do about this to protect me and everybody else?
Now, this friend Ty of yours, you believe he had something to do with this, right? And why do you believe he had something to do with it?
Because he's the only one who knew how much I've gone through. I've had family die because of gun violence. I've had friends die because of gun violence. I've been through so much, and he's the only one who knows that. Not to mention, the ride let off, he jumped out 3 minutes close to where Ty lives. Not only that, Ty knows that I drive for Lyft. Not only that, but Ty knows that I cut him off because he was making rumors up about me, about a pimp. He said I had a pimp, he said I was a hoe, and that I was being beat by a pimp.
This incident was all over the news.
It was all over the news.
And here's who was a very close friend of yours. He's the only one that doesn't reach out to you.
He lives close to me. It's all over the news. He's a public figure out there. Everybody knows him. His ear's always in the street. To think, even if he didn't have something to do with it hands-on, to think he didn't hear for himself through grapevine, through anybody, through word in the street, he didn't hear a thing, that's absurd to me. And the fact that everybody, I had friends 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I haven't talked to, I had cut off, I didn't block them. They done found a way to reach out to me.
So you really believe he is the driving force behind this incident?
I really believe that he is, and if he's not, I believe he knows who did it.
I don't think anybody's, you know, the police were involved, and they're looking for the guy that was in your Lyft,
Yes,
your car.
They're still looking.
Right. So, you know, really serious incident. Police are looking for this guy, and you're saying you absolutely had nothing to do with this incident.
Nothing to do with it.
Because even though you guys might not be friends now, I gotta assume that you have feelings, caring feelings.
We had a great relationship. Like, I was there when she had her children. I was there when her mom passed. I was there. I've just been there for her for the last 5, 6 years.
So that's true?
That's
and
true.
just being a friend, just
That's
like
true.
really trying to be there for her and supporting her to get where she
Any
wants to go.
chance I can get you guys back to being friends?
I mean, I don't have no problem with her. I would love to still be a friend and be a part of her life, but I
I
just
didn't know
want her to
what's up,
be.
what's up.
You need to know if he had something to do. Because if he had something to do, then relationship's over. And we asked him, do you know who the gunman was in Cassaundra's incident? You answered no. Did you participate in any way in Cassaundra's incident? You answered no. The
Yep.
results came back.
Ready to
Did you
condemn
have
me.
something to say? Or?
I'm waiting.
Okay. The results came back the same to each question, and they came back that Ty, your friend, told the truth.
I told you lying.
You see that? Yeah. The truth. You would clap.
He,
Give her a lie detector.
come on.
Oh. Look. This whole time. I'm sorry.
And that's all. After all, you brought me on TV to call me a liar and say I kidnapped you.
Here's
and did
the
all
thing.
this
Here's
elaborate
the thing.
stuff.
Here's the thing. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I gotta take this in. I gotta take all this in. Cause see, the thing about this with me is something still ain't right about this.
What?
Why didn't you call me?
You blocked me.
Okay,
How do I
why you ain't call me
from
from another number?
Slow down a little bit. Slow down. At this point, you should. I would think you're very thankful that he was not involved, because he wasn't. And
On God.
well,
On God.
on Dan.
Yeah.
And he's saying, hey, he wants to be your friend. He's not trying to be your enemy. He wants to be your friend. He cares about you. And all friends have differences at some point in the relationship. Almost everybody. My closest friends, I've had differences, but we're still friends. And even though he didn't reach out after this incident, he is here now, which is a big step to come on national TV and talk about this and be questioned and answered about this. You know, to have a friend like who's been there through your children being born and your, you said your mother passed away.
Marriage, her mom passed.
Right, so like, man, it seems like you have a pretty good friend here, and I would take him back in the fold, right?
So we good? Are we good?
You expecting a lot from a friend.
Good or good?
We good. We
ain't good?
We good. Like I
Aight.
always got you. I'm always gonna support you. Aye. All of that.
Thanks for coming.